We go live.
Hey. My name is Jen Barkin. I am an online sales coach for Do You Convert? And welcome to Online People Talking, or Opt In, as we like to call it. Guys, this series is dedicated to you, the new home online sales specialist, where we talk about real life scenarios, challenges, best practices, solutions, and this is just for you. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't seen you since the end
Happy
of
New
last
Year.
year. Happy New Year. Man, 2021 is starting off with a bang. And we're starting off the new year on Opt with a very special guest, the OG original original online sales specialist, Mike Lyon. Welcome to
Yay.
Opt.
Woo. Thanks, everybody. Hi,
Mike,
everybody. Hi.
hi. Mike, this is, I think, your second time
Yes, I'm
on
lucky.
Opt. Yes. So if you are new to online sales and maybe have never met Mike Lyon or heard of Mike Lyon, let me take a minute and introduce him. So like I said, he was the original online sales specialist. He actually started his career with Simmons Home back in 2005.
That's
Simmons
right. Yeah.
Homes, yeah, Simmons Homes is a top 100 builder. And when he was starting out with them, there really wasn't any specific best practices or processes in place for the online sales position. And so Mike took the leap, ventured out on his own, started Do You Convert back in 2009. We actually just celebrated 11 years.
Yay. Woo.
Since Mike started Do You Convert, we've expanded our business to both online sales and marketing help for builders all across the country. And I've had the pleasure of, I'm starting my 5th year
Oh, my goodness.
with Do You Convert. So welcome, Mike. And you guys are in for a real treat.
I like doing it live. She's like, let's record online people talking. And I'm like, no, we're going to do it live, Jen, because we don't need to edit anything.
Very true. Because you know what? We are all about authenticity. and hey, listen, when we've got some hard things to talk about right now, because man, it's been a year already and we're on day 21.
Yeah.
And who better to talk about the hard things with than Mike Lyon? So
Come on in, have a seat, sit down.
yes,
Let's grab a cup of coffee, relax.
exactly.
It's gonna be okay.
Exactly. Grab your coffee or if you're eating at your desk, which I know some of you are probably doing. And yes, hey, Tammy, Happy New Year. If you are joining us, please use the comment section to let us know that you're here. Say hello, give us some hearts, give us some thumbs up. We want to hear from you. Nobody edits Mike. Exactly. No, but we're not putting any edits on this. So we're going to.
Hey, I want to say something too, Jen, before we get going. And for those of you tuning in, make sure you let her know this too. Jen, I just really appreciate you doing this consistently with online sales specialists all across the country and bringing all the good stuff that they have to share to the forefront. I love that you've tapped into people really doing the job, and you're just so good at what you do. And I know so many people appreciate you, not just for doing this to the public, but also for everything that you do with them one-on-one. So I just wanted to say thank you. You're doing a great job.
Man, thank
We're
you
glad
so
to have
much.
you. We will keep you around for another 4 years.
Okay, awesome.
At least.
All right, thank you.
This is your second term. Jen's second term.
Well, thank you so much for saying that, Mike. But, as he was saying, like this series is really dedicated to you. And so we wanted to talk about some really kind of tough things that, we've been hearing. Because, we work with so many of you online sales specialists, and we just want to have these kind of raw and real conversations today. So I'm going to hop right in. I've got my notes here for Mike. I got some really good questions for him.
Bring the questions.
So generally, how has the online specialist role, from your perspective, changed in the last couple of years?
Oh man. Well, I'm kind of thinking even just like a little bit before you joined us, golly, it's changed tremendously in a couple of ways. I'll think of a couple off the top of my head that are big changes. The first is, people not even knowing what type of person needs to be in this role. I remember them when we would talk about, creating this program from scratch, or getting ready to hire their first online sales specialist ever, and they would go, hey, does this person like need to be techie? They got to be a nerd. They got to be geeky. They need to understand all of these tools that we're using. And I would say, I mean, they have to have a comfort level with technology, but no, we want a person who is, relationship focused, sales focused, high energy, all of that. So there was a real misconception about what the role was, 4 or 5 years ago. That's a big one. The second thing that we've seen is just personality type people coming on board, people that are in this role, because that technology now is a lot more streamlined than it used to be. You can pick people who have great front line experience, or great retail experience, or great customer service experience, and plug them right in. So that's been a big shift. And then also we've seen a lot of people who are already in the builder world, or working for a builder specifically, who want to make the jump over to this position.
Yeah.
So anybody coming over with experience and knowledge in the home building business, specifically for the builder that they work for, that helps with the ramp up speed. So we've really seen 3 big changes there. They are definitely more integrated into the sales team than they've ever been before. So that's exciting to see. Don't you see that out there now? They're just not like some random person.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that definitely has evolved to being more integrated with the sales team. I mean, I can remember when I first started, there was basically, 2 types of lead sources that you got. It's like either somebody called you or somebody filled out a form on the website. I mean, that in itself, I mean, has changed so much. Our online sales specialists are managing all different types of lead sources, and it's just changed so much. But I would say, wouldn't you agree? I mean, it is continuing to evolve.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
What you said right there about just the sheer number of lead sources and communication types that are coming through, you have to be able to catch all this stuff from every different angle. And even with what's happened in the past year, just the way that we are now engaging with our prospects that are all different steps of the journey. Some people who are really far down the path, some people that are just starting out. That right there is a continual evolution. The technology that we're using, leveraging all these communication tools, that's different. That's always changing. We've got chat, we've got text, we've got email, we've got video email, we've got the good old fashioned telephone, and just the tools that we're using. The people who are able to jump in and really leverage all the different opportunities within the tools that you already have sitting on your home office, sitting in your, on your laptop there. Those things have all changed, and you can become a power user and be more effective and efficient than ever before. So it's really fun to watch what's happening out there for sure. Yeah. And I love this question from Brooklyn that just popped up, that just hired someone from car sales. What's the best piece of advice? I love that. They don't have to be super well versed in new home sales. My best piece of advice is go hang out in the models as best that you can, right? With the mask, but go hang out in the models with a sales rep, really understand the product, go through the whole buyer journey with someone. Once they do that, that gives them a different perspective, and you can learn the product and the communities and the pricing and all that stuff. And a lot of that is just what you're reading or memorizing off sheets, but go experience what it's like to go through that process. Brooklyn, that'd be a piece of advice we give someone who's brand new to the industry. And welcome to the best industry in the world, right?
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, we keep saying it. I mean, these are tough, challenging times, but man, you guys are making history. You're making history right now out there in this position. So when it gets hard, just keep remembering that you are the forefront leaders.
Yes.
Okay. So with the evolution of the online sales position, do you think that we need to hire differently? Are we looking for, I mean, you said a few minutes ago, like, misconceptions around you need to be tech savvy, things like that, but are we hiring a different type of person now than we did right now, January 2021?
Yes. I think you need to look at hiring Well, I mean, there's a couple things. Right now, I would say you can get more of the right experience. I'm not asking for like experienced, they've been doing this for 4 years in the role, but you can get better experience with the right experience and skill set than ever before, just because of the job market where it is. Everybody's looking to home building like, oh, let's go. I need to go now's my time to jump in and get involved. So for that, in that situation, I would say, yeah, we can start really targeting people who are just amazing at all the things that an online sales specialist is. So yeah, I would definitely think that you want to look at hiring differently there. I also do think you need to look at the playing field, or the talent acquisition, the same as on-site sales. Those two things, that's pretty important. And the other thing I want to add to this, Jen, and everybody else listening to this, just like in on-site sales, you don't always have to hire superstar after superstar after superstar. There's a progression. There's a talent grooming that is happening, that has always happened in on-site sales. You call them assistants or in training or whatever.
Yeah,
juniors, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we have that in online sales? There's no reason why you can't be grooming this as the teams are growing and start hiring juniors. So in that situation, I would say you need to start hiring differently there and looking for a different type of person who you can, over the long period of time, groom into this role. So one, if you're looking for someone to kind of run the show, or the one who's driving a lot of the business, the talent level, skill level, you can go for hire right now. And two, as you're growing a team, look at growing the junior type of role into this position. So that means their compensation might look a little bit different. Pay might look a little bit different. That's pretty normal.
Yeah, that kind of leads me into the next segment. And just, guys, I just want to remind you, I told you we were going to talk about some tough stuff. Gosh, I can't even talk. But as far as compensation, I mean, are we paying differently? It's always been pretty much a base appointment bonus, a sale bonus. Are we paying differently when we bring on somebody new?
Well,
and that's
loaded. That's a hard one, because there's the business side of it, and then there's the the online sales specialists out there listening right now. So the reality is, yes, in the higher lead volume situation, there's two things that have to happen. A compensation has to be changed in how people get paid, or I hate saying this word, but there's got to be some kind of limit as to where you're at. Because if not, you're sitting there constantly trying to rig the math, right? And make it fall in line for what we want it to be. So we are seeing a lot of builders look at adjusting how they're getting to that end result, right?
Yeah.
Where before it was very, like you said, very straightforward.
Pretty basic, yeah.
I think it will come back to where that'll settle down, but no matter how they're being paid, we always encourage builders to say that's up for evaluation every single year, right? Your compensation is up for evaluation every single year.
And I think, online sales specialists listening, I mean, you just have to understand that this last 2020 was, nobody had seen any sort of, numbers like this, any sort of, compensation like this. And so, like Mike was saying, I mean, I think it's realistic to think this may be reevaluated. This may change. And then, if you are on a team where you need some help and, you've got to bring on somebody, be open-minded to, my situation may change, but it will actually help me get to the next level. It's not something that's happening to you, but to your program. So having said that, what advice would you give, or what would you say to an online sales specialist whose compensation has been adjusted this year? I mean, what are we saying? How are we?
I mean, listen, it's never a fun conversation when it has to change. What I would say to them is look at night, first of all, sit down and really do the math, because in most situations, the math will continue to work in your favor, and it will continue to be a highly compensated position comparatively speaking. So number one, I would say that, like, look at the actual map. Most online sales specialists I know don't know what they're getting paid until the end of the month when they look at their bonuses, or at the end of the year when they go, wow, I made more than I thought. The other thing I would say is don't compare to 2020. Like, there is no way to keep going up from 2020 because it was a complete fluke. I saw Jessie stayed on there. She said 2020 was bonkers. It was a complete fluke. So that is a hard it's a little bit of mental, gymnastics to go, well, I'm not going to, I always want to go up. Well, so do I. We all want to go up. But look at the averages, look where you were in 2019, and then look at where you're going to be in 2021. And in most situations, most builders are still on a really well compensated performance plan for sure. And the other thing too is like you said, the reality is most builders need a team. Yeah. So you have to bring someone else alongside, which that's just naturally going to change how much opportunity that there is. But that's what I would say. I know it's never fun, but really, really look at the numbers and see where you're going to be.
Yeah, that is such good advice. Look at your numbers, work backwards. I mean, here's the scenario, Mike. Okay, you ready for this?
Hit it.
Online sales specialist has a gazillion leads.
Yeah.
But a cap on how many appointments they can set, a cap on how many sales that they can set. I mean, little to no inventory available. So they're missing that ability to convert.
Yeah, that dopamine hit.
That dopamine
hit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're missing that. So how do we tackle this? I mean, this is, if you're experiencing that, raise your hand, because this is something that we're seeing, and we got to figure out more leads. No, like what are we doing here?
Here's my advice, helpful or not, or changing everything back to the way it was or not. I mean, I think what we have to really look at today in 2021, and probably for the next 6 to 9 months, let's call it, who knows? Yeah. And if I saw a news blip that talked about a first-time buyer tax credit of $15,000, I was like, if that happens,
did anybody else freak out when when no. Kevin posted that? I was like, oh no,
save it for 2022, please. But as that demand keeps driving, we're gonna have just situations where we cannot, like, setting an appointment would be a bad idea.
Right.
So that right there is counterintuitive. That right there is hard to swallow. That right there is like, that's not my job. So for anybody who's running up into this saying, I've got more leads than I can manage, I've got communities that are capped on sales or not selling, or have told me to hold off, and we already have a wait list internally where even if we open it up, I can't do anything. Yeah. You're going to have to come up with other ways to create value and provide value for your organization. Now that's a huge shift. And that's where everybody's got to put on their big boy pants and go, okay, how can I continue to create value? You have to coordinate and collaborate with marketing and sales leadership to say, what is it that I can do to create value? Because they're not thinking about all the people you're saying no to. They don't ever see that. They don't really hear that. You may not be talking to them about that. That creates a psychological toll. That's the word, that's the opposite of getting the dopamine hits of setting appointments. And it's like a dopamine, someone's asking you for all this good juju. It's like,
it's the blocker.
It's the opposite. That's right. It's the opposite. So I would encourage you to sit down and just sit down with your leadership and say, how can I create value in different ways for the organization? So it's just the reality. I mean, if you're capped and you're done and you're sold out and you're on priority interest lists, your day-to-day and your interactions are going to look, feel, and sound different.
Right.
So that means you're going to have to change and adapt. And that adaptation, man, that's what it's all about in 2021, is like, we got to roll with it. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is.
Yeah, it just is. I mean, I know that's kind of hard to hear because, like you said, it goes against anything that we've been teaching and training and our processes, right? And I mean, I've found myself saying things in the last few months that I am just surprised that come out of my mouth. It's like, almost like engage less and
guys, I recently heard Jen say maybe we ought to just think in this certain situation of sending the leads back to the salespeople. I mean, in some situations, that's where it is. If we're just in a position where we cannot do anything with those, right?
Yeah. I mean, because here's, and here's the other thing, Mike.
Tell me, what's the other thing?
Everybody, is that we are seeing record numbers of leads actually responding to us.
That's right.
So you take, it used to be, okay, you had a pretty large bucket of non-responsive people. So, the lead management was different. Now you have a large amount of leads, but these people are responding. So it's like, we've got to figure out how to manage that, be able to manage the response, and so really looking at things differently and accepting the fact that your role has to change your day to day, but it's temporary. I mean,
yeah, that's a good thing to point out. And Jen, I want to, since it's online people talking,
yes,
can I ask the audience a question? Audience, is that okay?
Yes.
I want to ask you, what are you doing differently that you never thought you would do in 2019 or 2018? What are you doing differently out there? What processes are you changing? I just want to see kind of what's completely new to you. So post that in the comments. We want to hear from you. I know it'll take a second to write.
Jen told me not to call people. Definitely chat it out what you're doing, because again, this is a platform we want to help everybody. We want everybody to learn from each other and figure out how to tackle these things together. Mike, while they're chatting that out, what is something that leaders should know right now? What do leaders need to hear? Look them in the eyeballs and tell them what they need to know.
So sales leaders, owners, CEOs, marketing directors, come in close. Your people, especially the people who need to be the happiest with their customers, are not as happy as they used to be.
Okay.
They're not all doing okay. And there's a couple of reasons why. The first is they have these expectations on themselves that have been trained. They've been brainwashed by listening to these things and listening to us and learning one way. And then that way got flipped upside down, and they feel like they're not meeting expectations. So you've got to come in alongside them and help them meet their reset expectations.
Yeah.
So first of all, they're not feeling as excited as they used to. The second thing is we're shoving too many leads on people today. Like, it's just period. Like in almost every situation.
Yeah.
Our sales goals are here, and the leads that we need to get them should be here, but they're like here, and nobody's making any changes to that. And no one's making any changes to the processes, and no one's making any changes to how many touches there needs to be when a lead comes in. And that's creating this unmanageable burden. And so you've got to dive in with them. I know you've got a lot of things going on. I know there's a million things that are happening out there, but marketers, sales leaders, come alongside with them, sit down with them for a day, like look at their list of tasks. I heard it the other day. Someone says, we just are trying to clear the queue. Like, we just can't even clear the queue. And sit down with them and watch the phones ring and watch this, and you will go, oh, we've got a little bit of a bandwidth issue here. So leaders, just spend a little time with them. That's what I would say right off the bat. That's what they need to know. I love all this stuff coming in, Jen. This is crazy over here. Okay.
Good stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah. You can't see this. I forgot. All right. Here's what we got. Scheduling time with prospects to follow up rather than calling or having them call me. That's funny. More Zoom meetings, cutting off availability at a certain time. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. This is people requiring pre-approval letters. She's like, that's something new we've never done.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's just happening. That's the shift.
But I think it's important for you guys listening to really take this back to your leadership and marketing directors, like Mike is saying, and do the math. It does come down to making the numbers work.
Yeah.
And what makes sense. You know, this is our sales goal. How many appointments do we need to meet that? How many leads do we need to get this many appointments? And if you're here, you need to come down to here and think about how to cut out some of those things that maybe, you know, and what are your best return on investment type of leads? You know, what is the most responsive? What is the most converting? So really take some time to look at that stuff.
Yeah. And you know, what's interesting about that recommendation is some of you guys might have heard that or say, you know, like, oh yeah, we've talked about that already. And marketing said, no, we're not turning it off. Okay. And then so plan B would be plug some of these lead sources or lead types into marketing automation.
Yes.
That's a normal thing. I always say, give it a go, but we're even hearing feedback from people. It's like, yeah, we're doing that. And they're replying back and asking us questions.
Exactly.
Where before they wouldn't really do that. So even the language in that marketing automation or some of that sales automation, basically we got to reduce the amount of manual tasks that are being created and putting a little bit of the onus on the prospect right now to say, hey, I am interested and ready to move forward.
Yeah.
Because what's shifted is, you know, in some of these places, we've taken all the walk-in traffic and now you're the virtual hostess, right? You're the one who would be screening people at the door.
Yes.
And it's not fun, but it's just a reality of what it is. And so not all leads are the leads or convertible stuff that we're used to working.
Yes. Oh, so good.
Hang in there. You're okay. Why did that make you?
No, just because, you know, I can sense the stress when I talk to, you know, a Nicole and 2,000 leads. I mean, like you're saying, it's completely unmanageable. And I think going back to some things that I've never said before, it's like, and, you know, it's almost like you want to engage less. You want to have less calls to action. You want to have less call or text me anytime type of language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so just thinking about ways that our customers, what they're seeing when they go to the websites, you know, making it a little bit more of a filter, right. Mike, up front, before they get to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is smelling like 2006 and 2007, where we used to have contact forms that had like 80 things people had to fill out. That was lack of knowledge before, but also, you know, it's like, hey, if you want to buy, you better show us that you really want to buy. This one from Nicole here. This is interesting, Nicole. 2,000 plus leads so far. I'm interested if you know how many you had last year in January, just as a comparison to post up there for Facebook. That would be interesting just to see if you have that information. But yeah, there's no way one person manages 2,000 leads.
Right.
You don't manage 2,000 leads. 2,000 leads manage you.
Preach. Okay.
Here's the joke. Here's the joke. What's it like managing 2,000 leads a month? Imagine you're drowning in a pool and someone throws you a laptop, right? And it's like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen. Okay. What is one thing that you would tell a brand new online sales specialist starting today?
Well, this ain't normal. Like, this isn't like what you're experiencing today is not your normal job. So maybe one day it'll get back to normal. Hang in there. I mean, that's what I would say. Hang in there. This ain't normal.
Ain't normal. What's one thing that you would tell someone that's been in this role for quite some time?
Oh, an experienced online sales specialist, which sometime in online sales is like 2 years, you know, then you're a veteran.
Pre-pandemic, somebody that's been, you know, OG way of doing things.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like people like I know I'm getting certain names in my head. Right? Yeah. And I would say to, hey, blank, like I won't say their name out loud. This, you know, it's time to let's upgrade, you know, upgrade your skill set. You know, step up to the challenging situation, because this is a challenge right now. The workload is challenging. This isn't how it used to be, but work on your resiliency. Like resiliency means you're able to kind of bend and stretch and then snap back to what you were before. It's challenging times right now, but we'll make it through this. So just keep on going one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. Keep stepping through this, and we're going to be okay. And you'll be better for it when you come out of it. I mean, we'll all look back at this and be like, remember 2020? That was hilarious. Like, we thought everything was going to go down in flames. Turned out we won the home pandemic, right? Home builders won. And then all of a sudden everybody shut down models and everybody started calling us. It's going to be a badge of honor when you move on past it. Let's keep on working through it.
It's definitely going to be a chapter in the book that I'm writing. You know, it's like,
remember 2020.
Remember 2020. You know, Mike, you are one of the most disciplined people that I know. Seriously. I mean, really, when I think about it, and you've got to be disciplined, you got to be organized, you know, in this position, you got to be consistent, right? What are some pro tips for staying organized and just tackling your day?
Oh, well, I think that's interesting that you say that. I don't know about disciplined. I think I think about a little bit different. Maybe it's OCD or routine driven. Maybe it's more routine driven. It's a comfort thing. But I have found that if I don't have those routines in place and kind of have my guardrails up for certain things, it doesn't get done. I can't rely on myself and my emotions and even sometimes my own energy. So tips are, one, time batch, right? Like batch your activities to happen at a certain time, set a start and set a stop, you know, time. I think it's called Parkinson's law, but basically says that the amount of work will expand or contract to fill the time that you have for it. So I set up a lot of that, like almost like fake timelines and deadlines and things like that. So that's the first thing.
Like okay, I have an hour to do this.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I'm not doing anything.
Don't try and work on it here and there, or do like for prospecting calls. It's not like, let's just do them when I have time. It's like, I'm going to set a time for this and batch it. That's a big one. The other thing is kind of recognizing where your energy is throughout the day. I think a lot of times people try and do things at the wrong time of the day. So my creative work or, you know, hard work or strategic work, I find I do it better in the morning versus things like this or coaching calls or training calls. I do better in the afternoon. So putting things at certain times of the day. And then, you know, beyond that, it's really just, I know this is weird, but I love reminders on my Apple Watch and my iPhone to tell me to do things at certain, like it's my third brain that says, hey, you need to take your, you know, vitamin D and omega-3s this morning. Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. So those are a couple things real quick that I do just to keep me on task.
Yeah. I love that. I think, you know, a lot of people are dealing with, you have so much going on at work. And then, you know, we talk about, you know, the unpaid second shift. You know, Mike and I love that podcast that Brene Brown did recently, where, you know, they were talking about, you know, you finish your 9-to-5 job and then you're going home and you have the unpaid, you know, first, second, and third shifts.
Yeah.
And, you know, that can also add to burnout and stress and everything that's going on in your workday. But having those extra reminders, taking some time to, you know, have some thought of planning some things out and just adding those reminders in there. I think that's really great advice. Okay.
I know it's kind of lame and easy, but I'm telling you, it helps. And I just talk to my watch all the time.
Remind me to pick up the kids. Okay. So I've got some rapid fire questions. Okay. Fun questions. We're going to go through these really quick.
I'm ready to have fun.
How do you prevent burnout, and what is your go-to way to recharge your battery?
Oh, definitely. Oh, RIP. That's what we say at our house, RIP. Rest in peace. Date nights. We've tried to shift that now because our kids are at home a lot more, and you know, you can't do the same stuff. So we do date breakfasts. Time with my wife. It's the best thing in the world. Hi, Corey.
Sweet.
She's not going to watch this. She will definitely not watch this.
What's your morning routine?
Oh, the same every morning. Talk about a routine.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What do you
Wake up, get in the shower, take my meds, drink my shake. That Corey makes some weird hippie green shake. I will usually, before the workday gets going, I do a little bit of mindfulness. I do about 10 minutes right in my journal. I've done that for 92 days straight, which I'm going on a streak here. And then I get started for the day. I'll usually write down a couple of things that I need to get done for the day, that if I don't do anything else, I do those things. That's a pretty standard routine for me in the morning.
Okay. What are you currently reading?
I'm listening to on Audible. This is Audible. That's my impression. You like that? Do you guys like that? Everybody still listening? Do you like my Audible impression?
Yeah.
Do you
Are you still there? Are you still there?
This is Audible. I am listening to the billion dollar loser, which is about Adam Newman and WeWork, the rise and fall of WeWork, which is pretty entertaining. And there's a lot of business lessons from it, but it's mostly entertaining. That's what I'm listening to right now.
Okay. What series are you currently watching on Netflix?
So it's not Netflix, it's Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm.
We're getting into this a little late into the game, but we're watching Survivor.
Oh man, that is so
old.
2000.
We are like, I think 4 seasons into this. So about 6 or 7 months ago, we randomly saw this on Netflix and we're like, oh, there's Survivor. And we watched, I forget which season it was, Heroes versus Villains. And we watched it with the kids and we were hooked, and there's no commercials. And so we've been slowly and methodically through kind of our, lockdown, trying to do that, once every other night or so.
So fun. Which one of the boys has said that they want to sign up for Survivor?
It's funny. Neither of them. I think Scott, my oldest, would probably be the best. But neither one of them have said like, oh yeah, I could do that. But I'm like, I would totally do that. And they all keep saying to me like, Dad, you would have been great doing that when you were young. And I'm like, I'm going to do it now.
Oh gosh.
I want to.
Once you hit 40, you can't be doing crazy things like that. All right. What's one tool you cannot live without?
I don't want to say my Apple Watch because that's lame. One tool I can't live without. That's weird. I guess it is my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't like the phone was just ringing right now. I can just look at it and go, I can't take it or whatever it is. I like my Apple Watch.
Okay. Awesome.
That's weird.
Okay. What's a typical Saturday look like for you?
Well, hang on. Jesse says, fun fact, I know someone who won the $1 million in Survivor. What? Jesse, I want to know all about this, but it depends on what season it is, because if I haven't seen it, that will blow it. So that's good. We got some Survivor fans on here too. That's great. All right. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
What's a typical Saturday look like for you?
Oh, it's right now it's COVID basketball tournaments, walking into a tournament with mask on, watching. My son plays competitive basketball. My older son is wrestling or he's doing football. So it's either one of those, but it's been pretty chill on the weekends, which has been nice lately.
Yeah. All right. Brady or Rodgers?
Oh, pass. Mahomes. Listen, here's the deal. If Brady goes as far as he can, he's the GOAT. I want Aaron Rodgers to win, but I kind of don't like him. I think he's kind of snobby. Sorry, Packers fans, but he seems a little snobby. That's just me. They both seem like snobs, and I think Tom Brady is dyeing his hair. Is that true?
Oh, I don't know. Tom Brady, if you're watching Online People Talking, answer that question. Okay, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Having said that.
Packers.
Really? You think the Packers?
I think so. Mahomes got dinged. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope the Packers win. I think it'd be great.
Okay, good. Sammy will be excited that you said that.
There you go, Sam. I like the Packers.
Yeah.
They deserve it. They go so far and they lose every year, and they're really good.
Right? I know.
We lost half our audience talking about football right here.
I know. That's okay. Listen, Mike, thank you so much for joining us on Opt-in. And thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. For our latest blogs, webinars, tips, tricks, sign up for our newsletter. Or if you want to reach us, you can visit duconvert.com. And the other thing is, if there is somebody that you would like to see as a guest on Online People Talking, send me a message. If there's a specific topic that you would like us to discuss on here, send me a message. You can DM me, you can PM me, you can, yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I do a plug, a commercial?
Yeah.
Guys, IBSX is virtual this year. I'm hosting the first ever virtual sales rally. So why is that so exciting? Well, the sales rally was something that was usually saved for people who went to the International Builder Show, and usually sales teams didn't get to come to that. Well, now all sales teams can be a part of the virtual sales rally. We've got phenomenal.
It's good. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good lineup.
It's Clint Lears, it's Chad Shandigren, it's Amy O'Connor, it's Elena Money Garmin, it's the one and only Meredith Oliver. It's going to be great. So double deck it, as they say. I'm
getting chills. Yes, definitely check that out. Also, we have some award winners, Online Sales Specialist Award winners, who are going to be up for the national award. Yeah. I believe that you can attend the ceremonies virtually. I don't think they're charging for it. So if you have some friends and you want to see what the nationals is all about, because you never get to go, you can also check that out as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, Jen.